So obviously I like Slovenes because that's why I'm here. People, whenever they meet me, they go, "Oh, where are you from?" And I say, "I'm from California." They always say, "Why are you here?" Came here for love. I thought I'd share with you 10 things I love about Slovenes.
Is the sequel 10 Things You Hate About Slovenes coming as well?
Maybe. The first thing I love about Slovenes is how casual y'all are. You all are very casual in the sense that you're just relaxed. If it's a party, don't get dressed up for it. If you want to leave your house in anything without makeup, without doing your hair, it's like nobody's gonna care. It's pretty chill. And it really takes pressure off. I really enjoy this because it means that when you go somewhere, you don't have to be dressed up. You're not going to ruin some dress code because there's never going to be one. Number 2 is definitely one of the top ones, I think, is how active Slovenes are. I was amazed when I came here and everyone is out walking every day. Old people on bikes. This blew my mind the first time I saw an old person on a bike.
Hilarious. This morning when Olivia and I went out to play in the snow, there were a bunch of old ladies walk around like... Olivia kept saying to them, Lepotichka.
She was saying that to them?
Yeah! It's just so funny, they all laugh.
That's adorable. Yeah, freaking there's a foot of snow out there, and there's the old ladies, even if they have walkers, they're out there walking around. They usually have their little Nordic walking sticks, though.
Yeah, it's very common.
I really love that about Slovenes. As soon as it's sunny, everyone goes to Šmaragora. At least once a week, everybody goes out to the mountains to walk or hike. They call it walking. In America, we call it hiking. There's not a difference in terms. You don't have the term hiking.
That's why it's confusing.
Kind to strangers. This one for sure, I think that all Slovenes have been nice to me. There are certain countries that have a reputation for not being nice to outsiders. And Slovenes are not that nation. Slovenes are very nice. They're very kind. They're very sweet people.
How about the grandma singing? Lepotichka, kokotime, Mariah. Mariah.
This little old lady, when I was pregnant with Olivia, we were out walking and this little old lady stops me and just, "Oh, you're so beautiful." And of course in Slovene is like, "Lepotichka si, oh, kako si luštna." And I'm smiling, "Oh, thank you." At this point I didn't speak such great Slovene. "Oh, hvala, kako lepo, oh, hvala." And then she takes my hand, looks into my eyes and starts singing to me. And I'm not talking just, "Oh, you know that song, la la la." No, she's singing to me like we fell into some Disney movie, and she's holding my hand and singing this song about the stars and motherhood, and I'm just standing there staring at her, keeping my most polite face while my eyes brim with tears because on the inside I'm laughing so hard.
That was so funny.
It was so funny. One of my best memories in Slovenia. And that is another thing I love about Slovenes is how nice they are to pregnant women. I've been traveling while pregnant, and not everybody is so nice to you. But Slovenes, wherever you go, they will give up their seat. They'll make sure you're okay. I remember walking into some place, and a bunch of teenage girls ran to me. "Oh my God, you're so cute. Oh, the baby." Like, it's the sweetest thing ever. Definitely a point. And off the back of that one, Slovenes love babies. Everyone is so nice to you when you have babies, and everyone is so nice to your baby. Everywhere we go, they stop me, "Oh," and they talk to her, "Your big blue eyes." And not just babies, they're nice to kids. Like, Slovenes are a nation that are really good to their youth. They're good to their babies and children. And I like that a lot. The next one. Slovenes are honest. And you're honest to people's faces, and almost to a point of being too much. It was hard for me to get used to because Americans are very much, we don't want to offend people, and we don't want to be rude to their faces. So if somebody comes and offers us something, we will say, "Oh, that's so nice, thank you so much." And then they walk away and are like, "No," right? Slovenes, on the other hand, you offer them something, they say, "No, I'm not interested." And it's like that with everything. It's not even just if you're offering something. It's also whatever you're wearing. that really doesn't suit you. I think the funniest thing was like when I changed my hair color, all the Americans, oh my god, I love it, and all the Slovenes, it looks horrible on you. Your other color was better. I was like, well, thank God I'm not trying to please everyone else. I like being really blonde. You like it.
I love that hair.
When we met, this was how like. Actually, I don't know if it was this light. Was it? It's not quite this light.
It was a little more yellow.
Yeah. But you really like it because this is how we met. This is how we fell in love.
So funny story. How in America, you ask, how are you?
Yeah.
And you don't even care how actually you are. The dumbest thing I've ever heard.
So in America, we say, hey, how's it going? How are you doing?
Again, like
and we expect that the answer is like, yeah, good, or oh, today I'm tired. Oh, great, whatever. But it's like it's like a no-brainer, right?
Good, how are you?
Yeah. Here in Slovenia, you ask, how are you? It's like, okay.
Let me tell you.
Let me tell you. Yesterday, my girlfriend made me putitsa. And that's how it just starts. They can't understand, why would you ask, how are you doing, and not expect a long story?
Exactly.
I love Slovene's honesty, though, because I know that you're always, like, I know from you, I'm always going to get a real answer. Yeah. You're never going to fake it with me. You're never
not even something you're going to like sometimes.
No. And to me, honesty is a priority. It did shock me when I first came here, though, and heard people talking about what I would consider taboo topics, and they just talk about them very just casually and openly. And then there's the American. The next thing is that Slovenes are very helpful with their language. I feel like every single Slovene knows how difficult their language is, so they're really understanding and appreciative of people who are willing to try to learn it.
It's very true.
And because it's so difficult, not many outsiders actually do learn it, so when they do, they sound really adorable.
I think that's what it is. I'm trying to think of why. I think deep down we're all kind of proud of our own language in a way. And then when somebody, even if it's a totally botched sentence or something, it's like something deep inside of us is like feels satisfied.
Your awesome weddings. I was not prepared for the first Slovene wedding I went to. I had no idea what to expect. Now imagine if you're Slovene and you're watching this and you see all you've ever known is American style weddings, right? Now you go from like the bride doesn't see the groom doesn't see the bride, she walks down the aisle, their eyes meet, the beautiful music. You go from that to Shranga, where at Shranga you have drunk men performing tasks of farming, and there's the bride standing behind.
You should actually explain what because now it just sounds like we're being stupid at it.
So I had the ultimate privilege of actually experiencing a like real farmer shranga, which was amazing. The folklore behind this is that because a man came to like see a lady for so long, he really caused damage to the road, and when he wants to marry her, the people of the village block him off and basically make him perform a bunch of tasks to repay the damage he's brought to the road by visiting her so often, right?
Right, and it starts like bidding with 100 million. Like it's
he has
ridiculous.
to pay them. And then they say, well, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to like mow the lawn, but they have to do it with like a scythe, where you
like a scythe that's been used to cut out
logs. It's
like
super dull.
They always have to have a goat or sheep, I can't remember, tied, because if that runs away, then that lowers the price that he has to pay. So it's like a whole game, and they have a log over it.
It's the weirdest thing, but it is the best. The funny thing is this is going on between like the groom, his witness, or whoever his like best man or woman is.
That's a best man problem, you're right. It's not even a groom problem.
Them on one side, and then like the town folk in the middle, and then the bride on the other side. And they're haggling and doing deals and like making them do things. It's hilarious. It is so great. So I got to really experience that, which was amazing. 9, 10 in the morning.
10, 11. Yeah, and the premise is also, the couple is pressured to meet the deadline for the wedding. And the guys know that. So it's kind of like they agree upon like what the end amount is going to be, and they kind of try to stay in line. But obviously that's one day before when they're all sober. The next day they're all drunk, so they kind of forget the time. So it can get really intense sometimes.
This is the other funny thing. They chop down trees, and then they post them at the bride's house. And then they stand guard all night, because if somebody comes and takes those trees that they've posted, then they've lost.
Yes. It's hilarious. And they drink.
So funny.
while
And
that's
they
going
drink all
on.
night until the next day. That's why they're totally like wasted by the time that actually happens. So then they finally go from there. They go to the church wedding, or usually the civil wedding first. Civil wedding first, and then you have drinks afterwards, and you have like appetizers afterwards. Then you go from there to the church wedding, and after the church wedding you have appetizers and drinks. Then you go from there to the dinner reception. You sit down at the dinner, and then you drink and eat and party from 6 until the cake is served at midnight. And then you can stay longer if you want. It is such a blast. It is a marathon of an event though. Slovenes, your weddings are very fun. The first one though, I was in shock. I thought, what is this Disneyland Small World musical show? Because, you know, Slovenes come out with their accordions, which we don't have in America, so just as soon as you hear accordions, it sounds so, like, folky and, like...
Yeah, every Slovene watching this video is going to be like, American, all they think is Disneyland.
Everything
that they know comes from Disneyland.
All the multicultural
so
things.
stereotypical.
I love that Slovenes take time for conversation. In American culture, we are always in a rush. Maybe not in all the states, but a lot of the places we're just in a hurry all the time. Like, we're always thinking about time, we're always thinking about time efficiency. And when I came here, and met with somebody for a coffee, I expected, yeah, you go have a coffee, you talk for half an hour, and you leave. And we sat there for 2 or 3 hours, and I thought, the waiter is going to hate us. We've sat here and we've only ordered one drink. Oh my gosh, this waiter's gonna hate us. That was how I felt. Now I've come to realize that you guys just chill, take your time, you talk and talk and talk and talk. But I think it's a nice thing. I really like that Slovenes take time to talk and spend that time just with another person in conversation. And the other thing I love about Slovene is I love their gardens. Every Slovene who has a plot of land this big is growing something in it. And they all love to grow their own things and eat their own food that they've grown, and I think that is so precious. I love it, and it's inspiring. I always wanted to have a garden, and then when I see everybody doing that here, I think this is so nice. And because of that, I think you guys are a much healthier nation, too. Those were the 10 things I love about Slovenes. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please like it. If you like me, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.